Hi, and welcome into another episode of Hingham Happenings. I'm your host, Ryan Allen, and here's a look at what we have in store for this episode. Athletes complete a CrossFit workout in memory of one Navy lieutenant. A lobster roll sale raises money for a youth mission trip. Hingham restaurants, markets, and shops give people a taste of Hingham. Canada Geese create a messy situation for one local beach. An interesting tale of history is told at the Senior Center. And Second Parish presents its annual art show. All this and more coming up on Hingham Happenings. To complete a CrossFit workout, you need mental toughness, stamina, and heart. All three elements were shown in honor of a U.S. veteran.
We're starting in 10 seconds! 10 seconds! 3, 2, 1, go!
Everybody's here today to do the MURF challenge, which is in honor of Michael P. Murphy, a former Navy SEAL who was killed in Afghanistan in 2005. And it's just a way to honor him and the rest of the people that have served, not only in the SEAL teams, but also in the military throughout the last 12 years here. The community comes together. They raise their money for a great cause, which is the New England Center for Homeless Vets. And they get a chance here to come not only get a great workout, but also get a great workout for a great cause. And like I said, it's going to a great cause in terms of the New England Center for Homeless Vets. And they get to get an appreciation of just how hard this MURF challenge is. The MURF challenge is you run a mile as fast as you can, you do 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, and then 300 air squats, followed by another mile run. And it's literally a lot harder than the actual test to get into the SEAL teams. Turnout's been great. You're going to see people here from all ages. You've got high school kids, junior high kids, all the way up to people that are my age or older than me. So you've got a great support cast of people from all different ages and demographics here.
Nice work, guys. Here we go. Keep chipping, keep chipping. Nice, Mark. Here we go. Nice job, gentlemen. Here we go. Come on.
This morning, and all day today, or at least a better part of the day, I think dedicated and generous citizens and physically fit citizens of Hingham and surrounding communities are participating in this MURF to raise resources for the New England Center for Homeless Veterans and support our mission to assist veterans who are at risk of or facing that very disabling condition of homelessness. Well, the MURF, as it is embodied and being conducted here, I think was the idea of Mr. Hoffman, who, with some veterans and other folks here in the town of Hingham, came up with an idea to raise resources and awareness for veterans who are at the center or may come to the center because of the challenges they face. The New England Center for Homeless Veterans, located in Boston's mission is to support veterans, people who have served in this military who are either facing or at risk of that disabling condition of homelessness. Veterans, like any other citizens, sometimes face challenges in their lives and they find themselves facing conditions and circumstances that they're not able to deal with themselves. And when they find themselves in that circumstance, they can come to the center and receive a broad array of services to ensure that they can be successful and achieve dignified and successful independent living. The MURF has been inspiring. Certainly the sweat, the exercise, the energy, and really the enthusiasm is infectious. And really, certainly I've been overwhelmed and impressed with how much response there has been here in the community and really inspired by the work they're doing and the resources that they are bringing to help us accomplish the mission.
These strong gentlemen in here. Rachel killing it. Amanda killing it. Heck yeah, baby. Nice job. Nice work, guys. Here we go.
We're here to celebrate, I think, probably one of the greatest people you could ever imagine, Michael Murphy, who was a Navy SEAL, was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor for, he was killed in action in Afghanistan in 2005. And the MURF event is named after him. He actually designed it. It's a tremendous workout routine where he would run a mile, and then he would do a total of 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, and then 300 air squats, and then run a mile. And the amazing thing about him, all the SEALs would look at him and thought he was nuts. I mean, that's how great of a competitor he was. But he would do all that with a 25-pound weight vest on. So after his passing, a lot of the SEALs renamed the event the MURF, and it's become a great fundraiser. It came up as an idea back in January. I had heard of other Reebok CrossFit centers around the country doing MURF-type events and fundraisers. I said, why not here? And where I think it's important, it creates awareness in the community. And one of the great things is we have a lot of Hingham folks of all ages, but particularly some of the athletes from Hingham High School. So these kids are getting educated about helping veterans and these guys, men and women that have fought, for their freedom. So I think it's a great teaching tool as well. It's been a lot of fun. The first group at 8 o'clock this morning, we had about 30 people, including the entire girls softball team from Silver Lake High School. They're the #1 team in the state and undefeated. What a great bunch of girls. And then in this most recent group, we have about 50 participants, many players from the Hingham High School football team. And later today, the boys hockey team from Hingham High is going to be competing. So I think we're going to have a total of about 135 participants today. A lot of fun.
Some competitors left feeling hungry, and at the Hingham Congregational Church, those who funded a great cause received a great meal. North Atlantic crustaceans were stirred, scooped, and assembled into lobster roll sandwiches inside the Hingham Congregational Church's kitchen. The HCC prepared the meals to help fund an upcoming senior high youth mission trip to a Native American reservation out west.
This is our 28th year going to work camp. It's a program that this year we'll have 49 youth and adults going. We're going to Monument Valley, Utah this year.
To reach out to those who are suffering and hurting and isolated. And these trips that we go on every year, the work camp trips, no matter where we go, we find people who have something to teach us, first of all, about real life and also need us as well. So it's a wonderful lesson for the kids, a life lesson and a life experience for them. And ultimately, that's what the lobster sale is about, is enabling that experience to happen.
This is our second big fundraiser of the year because it's an expensive process to get everybody out there and ship all their equipment out as well.
About a quarter of a cup.
So this year we sold just over 1,300 lobster rolls.
Whenever you work on a project like this that takes so many hours, it really helps the kids to understand what it means to be part of a team, to have a goal and to reach it. The lobster roll sale raises between $8,000 and $9,000 toward the cost of the mission trip. We've had repeat customers for many years.
About half of the lobster rolls were delivered. We deliver anywhere in the Hingham area, and then the rest of the lobster rolls will be picked up.
Finished lobster rolls were placed onto these tables for buyers to come by and pick them up.
I think the reputation is out there that this is a really wonderful meal.
If you're a fan of lobster and a fan of a variety of foods, behind me the street was packed recently with a large amount of vendors for one great annual event in the town of Hingham.
Today I'm working for the Snug in Hingham. We're in the Taste of Hingham, doing this for many years, and we have the best. We've won best steak tips overall in many years. Come on down. If you can't get down here today, come down to the restaurant. Snug's been doing this since the beginning. The owners do a lot of charitable work in the community, and this is a great event.
We are just here giving people our homemade chocolate. We make right down on 4th Street in Hingham. And yeah, it's a really great place to work. Candy's really good. It's been pretty busy, but we came prepared.
I'm Megan Gavin. And I'm Dawn Murray, and we're representing the Hingham Newcomers Club and the Hingham Social Club at the Taste of Hingham today.
Yeah, and it's been a great day. It's been filled with families, and we've been handing out some balloons that have our
Hingham Social Club and the Hingham Newcomers Club. And the Hingham Newcomers Club is a club that welcomes new families to town and has playgroups and ladies' night outs and book clubs and wine tastings. And we recently rolled out the Hingham Social Club. Yep, and so the Hingham Social Club is for anyone that's in town, whether you're new or whatever, and you can join, take part in ladies' night outs, wine tastings, all the same things. It's been an awesome day, and thank goodness the rain held off. I know, it's beautiful out here.
Business has been in my family since 1962. My father started it, and I took it over in 1989. We do pizzas, calzones, salads, pasta, you name it. We'll make it for you. Today, it's the second time I've done it. Great crowd. A lot of people, we've had a steady line since 12 o'clock. Liking it. Had the same last year. Good day.
How's everyone doing? We are at Legal Sea Bar in Derby Street Shops. And today we are at the Taste of Hingham in downtown Hingham and having a great day, selling lots of chowder, and everyone's enjoying it, and can't wait for next year.
My name is Dane Allen from CrossFit Hingham. We're out here trying to show people what CrossFit Hingham's all about. We're offering 20% off your on-ramp, and we're also offering 20% off discounts for our monthly memberships. The crowds out here have been great. I think more importantly, the kids have been really killing it on the rower.
We're from the Hingham Shipyard, from the Fresh Market. We're offering today some of our brownie bites from our bakery, some of our all-beef hot dogs, and we were offering a little earlier some of our Fresh Market private label European soda. The crowds have been great today. Glad the sun came out. I want to thank everybody in the town of Hingham for their continued support.
I'm from Sadie Mae's Cupcake Cafe, right here on Main Street. We're a nut-free bakery, and we do cookies and cupcakes. Today we were handing out mini cupcakes and mini cookies. The crowd was unbelievable. We had lines. People were totally into all the tasting. We saw so many great things coming by. So obviously the samples of the other booths were fabulous, and people really seem to be enjoying the music and the atmosphere and the sunny blue sky.
We are Salsas of Hingham. We're located on 3A, right in the same lot as Planet Fitness. Today we have a pulled chicken. We call it chicken tinga. It's marinated in chipotle peppers, tomatoes, onions, and spices. It's a little sweet and smoky. Generally, people have been definitely loving it today. Asking for more. We've had people come back for seconds.
Hi. Fabulous 2014 Taste of Hingham today. We are here today. I'm here with my two sisters. This is my sister Kathy, my sister Barbara, serving some beautiful things. Amazing. We can't do it without the people. Great palates, great day, and great sisters.
The Taste of Hingham is so great because every year we come here with food, friends, and family.
The downtown streets had to be cleaned after the Taste of Hingham, and behind me are some birds that have been creating a big mess at the Hingham Bathing Beach. Goose, and goose, and goose, and geese. Canada geese to be exact.
I'm concerned about the geese down at the harbor.
They do stop traffic going along 3A. They're messy.
It's a beautiful place to take your family, but the geese have become an inconvenience to where you can't walk around.
I've lived in Hingham for 30 years, and I've been walking at the harbor almost as long. It's so beautiful down here. The only blemish on this beautiful spot are these goose droppings.
So I'm not a fan of the geese taking over our harbor.
The unpleasant reminders of the birds' whereabouts can be smelled or even stepped on if not careful, and that's the problem.
It'd be nice just to see the park cleaned up a little bit for a little bit more recreational use with family and children, and coming down in the summertime and enjoying some food and being able to sit in the grass. In the condition that it's in now, you can't really do that with the amount of goose droppings all over the place.
One organization is impacted by the Canada geese every Saturday from early May to late November. The Hingham Farmers Market's fruits, vegetables, and other fresh goodies are sold in the same location as a frequent landing zone for the geese. Hingham Farmers Market President Mark Cullings and manager Bill Marshall detail the extra work that goes into cleaning the beach's parking lot every Saturday morning before each session.
As you scan the parking lot, particularly over in this direction, you'll see that the parking lot is dotted with leavings.
I get here around 6:30 to 7 o'clock Saturday mornings, and if it's dry, we just start sweeping the manure up, the feathers up, and so forth. If it's wet, we start sweeping the water up and everything that goes with it.
This particular corner of the parking lot is crucial to both the geese and the market. It is also a challenge for either party to relocate. Nearby the source that quenches the birds' thirst, there is another source that provides power for the market.
This particular part of the parking lot is slightly depressed, and when we have a rainfall, this becomes a small lake, or large, very large puddle. And we are blessed in some ways with some beautiful waterfowl and a very large flock of Canada geese. And the Canada geese use this fresh water as their source of drinking water and to clean themselves. This area, long strip of gravel, which just appears to be ordinary crushed stone. In fact, it's a very sophisticated drainage system for this parking lot, and our market does just take up this end of the parking lot. Some of our vendors require power for refrigeration. It's a requirement of the Hingham Department of Health that we have mechanical refrigeration for some of the products that are sold.
Sure enough, the goose droppings return after each cleanup of the lot. And ironically, it's difficult to wash this reality away, especially when it rains.
This entire parking lot is built on fill, and there was some subsiding of the fill, and that has created this area over here, which is lower and is a catch basin now for rainwater and snow and whatever.
Visitors at the beach must watch their step, but which steps can fix this problem?
There are a number of remedies that have been tried. Some of them have been less effective than others.
This is a Pembroke Welsh corgi. These are Canada geese. Geese don't fly unless they have to. When a corgi heads in the direction of geese, this is the result. The corgi is an example of a dog breed that drives geese away from a territory, and thus there's almost a herding effect imposed on the geese.
4 years ago, they hired a woman with a dog that came down here every day and chased the geese, and that worked.
That was a year that, because we are down here every week during the summertime, or from spring until fall, we can speak with some the experience that we had suggested very strongly that the presence of the dog worked. The geese population was down, the cleanup of the manure was considerably reduced. But there are other solutions, and I know that the trustees of the bathing beach are now considering a chemical solution for some of the grass on the far side of their property to see if that works.
The Hingham Farmers Market hopes that the town will consider any viable options that will discourage the geese from occupying the areas around the Hingham Bathing Beach in the near future.
We've been talking with the trustees of the Hingham Bathing Beach, which is the organization that oversees the operations of activities that are here at the bathing beach year-round, and trying to encourage them, as well as the Harbor Development Commission, which is responsible for the entire waterfront, to see if we can come up with some kind of comprehensive solution to the Canada goose problem.
The market has enjoyed great success over the years, and they plan to source some more in the years that follow.
We want to be partners with the town in any kind of effort to make the whole entire harbor more attractive to more people and bring more people to enjoy the beauty of Hingham.
The geese have had a long history at the beach, and right now they still look very comfortable. At the Senior Center, there was one guest speaker who spoke about how if one event had occurred, it may have altered history as we know it.
This is a story that, to my knowledge, has never been told. We're here in New England. We think that the war, World War II, that my father fought in was critically injured in Germany in World War II. I lost an uncle in North Africa. We all think that these battles took place thousands of miles away, whether it was in Europe or out in the Pacific. And it turns out that a lot of these operations, the war was actually fought right off our coast. My interest in this story arose from research, years of research that I conducted from the 1980s into German U-boat operations off the American East Coast, and that began, and my interest resulted from my work in technical shipwreck diving, in which we were researching the numerous shipwrecks that were sunk along the American Eastern Seaboard, the latest of which, most of the latest of which resulted from German U-boat activities off the American East Coast. These two men, young men from Germany, one a combat veteran, the other one a scientist, came up with an idea that ultimately resulted in the American development of the Fleet Ballistic Missile Submarine. Their contributions towards military history is rather remarkable, though most people have never heard of the Steinhoff Brothers, yet they really were the first ones that actually put the idea to paper of launching rockets from a submarine while underwater. The planned attack that was devised by the German General Staff involved the development or the progression of the development of the early test rockets that the Steinhoff brothers successfully launched in 1942. And at that time, a number of individuals came up with the idea of somehow fitting long-range rockets like the A4 to submarines. And they actually worked out a system that was later designated Apparatus F, which was a towed submersible launch container that would have each carried a single V2 rocket. 10 boats left Norway headed for the American Northeast coast, and we knew this by intercepting their Enigma codes and by intelligence personnel that were in Norway at the time. We thought that they were going to actually attempt a large-scale attack on a major eastern seaboard city such as Manhattan, and as a result we put into play a comprehensive anti-submarine operation called Operation Teardrop in the last days of the war, and that comprised of 4 hunter-killer carrier task force groups in 2 successive areas that were to intercept those U-boats that we knew were heading to the northeast coast. The more I researched, the more I realized what an incredible history we have here. A history that was not reported during the time. During World War II, as ships were burning right off of our coast, there was a press blackout. The press could not write about the ships that were being sunk off of our coast for fear of panic, but also for intelligence purposes. We didn't want to tip our hand and let the enemy know what we knew was going on off our coast. As a result, we had thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that lived along the coast on Cape Cod and the Gulf of Maine that will tell you stories about how they heard explosions, they saw red flames on the horizon, that days later they might have found flotsam and jetsam floating up on their beaches, even an occasional body of a seaman. There are countless stories of things that occurred. And a lot of young kids, as I grew up, I heard stories from friends of my parents down at Cape Cod and other places of things that they had witnessed, but you couldn't read about because if you looked in the papers of the year that they said this occurred, when they were 8 or 10 or 12 years old, you wouldn't find anything in the Boston Globe. You wouldn't find anything in the local newspapers at the time because they were under news restrictions. It was only after piecing together a lot of the history that we find things that happened off our coast that we were never told about in history classes. I like to come to Hingham and any other place that will listen to my naval history stories because you have a great elder services program down here and a lot of people that actually lived through World War II.
And our last story happened at one church that put on quite the art show.
We have the Second Parish Art Show. This is its 58th year. We have artists from all over the South Shore, some from other places in New England, and we have crafters, a large number of crafters that contribute work. The art and the crafts are all for sale, and then we have a wonderful children's show with several South Shore towns and art schools represented. First of all, they can expect just a wonderful view of seeing things. If they're looking for Mother's Day presents, graduation presents, something like that, they probably will find the thing that they want. If they just want to bring their kids to look at the kids' art, they can do that. They get lots of ideas, and they have lots of things for home, decorate homes, just fun gifts, that sort of thing. This is the 58th year of the Second Parish Arts Festival. Our Arts Festival is running from May 8th until May 18th this year. We have a concert May 10th in the evening by the Hingham Singers, and then May 16th we'll have a wine tasting. This is provided by the beer called Wine Annex.
Well, that concludes another episode of Hingham Happenings. And remember, if you have any stories or any ideas that you'd like to see get covered and put on TV, feel free to reach out to us at hinghammedia.org. I'm Ryan Allen, and we'll see you next time.